Matchup number 2, who received 1 vote for matchup of the week. It wasn't me. I don't know who it was. It might have been Micah. Maybe he wanted to see us on a higher stage while he gets his ass kicked again. Who knows? I wouldn't want him to do that, but Micah might have. This is actually a revenge matchup for House of Pain. He lost week 1 to Wembley. Got welcomed to the league very rudely by me. And Wembley actually just involved in a big trade with Sucks, receives Ray Rice, and this is going to be Ray Rice's first turn on Wembley. We'll see how he does on this new team. A little bit new setting. Hopefully he gets some fresh legs, looks to impress Wembley, and make him feel good about trading for him and giving away a top backup quarterback and a top flight, really young running back it's really solid. It kind of hurts me losing Best. But if you think about it, it was just a really great draft to pick up Best and saw his potential. So anyhow, we'll see how Rice does in this week, but I'll go through that. ESPN actually has a really high-scoring, close matchup. They have Wembley at 128 points, House of Pain at 119 points, but House of Pain is also at home, so that's a difference of 11. We'll see how that holds up. It might not be that close. I'm not going to lie. It might not be. It might not be. Because I'm really looking to put Micah and take him out to the woodshed on this one. He got a little too close last time, and I really need to beat him down. I don't want him thinking that he has even a shot at the champ. I don't want him to even think about playoffs because I don't want him to feel like he has a chance to beat me in the playoffs. I'm going to beat him twice in the regular season, really knock him down, knock him to 2-4. He just got beat by my brother. He's going to get beat by me next. He got beat by me before, too. He's really getting a Schumacher slap around, and he's not feeling too good about it. But we're going to go into the matchup. I'm going to give him a fair shake and blah, 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 blah. All right. Anyhow, Phillip Rivers against the St. Louis defense, not a good time to have that matchup if you're House of Pain. Rivers is the #1 fantasy quarterback right now. I don't think that's going to change after a nice week against the St. Louis Rams, who just got torn up by Sean Hill. Now, you think they're going to be able to handle Rivers? Because I don't. Joe Flacco against New England. Now, this is a 1+. Flacco against New England secondary. New England secondary, very young, very inexperienced, not very good. But with the emergence of Ray Rice last week coming back, we'll see how much they go to the air. And even if they do go to the air, if Flacco throws the ball, then that's all Wembley's points. So I still think Flacco gets about 12 points, but it's not going to be compared to anything with Rivers' 32 points. The only way Rivers doesn't get 32 points is if St. Louis doesn't score and it's so much of a blowout that they just run the ball, which is a possibility. But I think the Rams and Bradford are going to throw the ball around on San Diego and keep it close. So going into the running backs, Wembley, he has a new three-headed monster in Peterson, Gore, and Ray Rice, both projected, or all three projected at 15, 20, and 20. I actually think it's pretty much right on. Adrian Peterson against the Dallas defense, going to get points against that, especially with all the problems with Favre. You can see last week against the Jets, they really focused on getting Adrian Peterson carries and getting him going. I think it's going to continue this week. Frank Gore against Oakland. Oakland gives up points. They give up points to running backs. Frank Gore should be feasting. If it's not in the running game, it's going to be in the passing game. He always finds a way to get points for you. Ray Rice against New England's defense. He had a big week last week. See him continue it this week against a weak New England defense. Baltimore likes to ground and pound, so I see Ray Rice actually getting right around projected to around 15 points. House of Pain, he has pretty good running backs as well. Rashad Mendenhall, Arian Foster, big trade that he made a few weeks ago. Bajaris Greenell is good pickup by him. Bad part is Bajaris Greenell is going against Baltimore. Arian Foster going against KC, and KC just saw a team shut down Arian Foster. So they know how to shut him down. I don't think they're going to shut him down as bad as last week, but I don't see a giant week out of Arian Foster. And Bajar's Green Ellis going against the Ravens defense doesn't look good either. Now, Rashad Mendenhall going against Cleveland looks really promising, but unfortunately Ben Roethlisberger's back, and they didn't throw the ball a lot, or they didn't run the ball a lot when Ben was there. We'll see if, because it's his first week, they still might run the ball a little bit more, but I definitely think Mendenhall's carries and points will be down, and yardage, blah, 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 points will be down. I'm saying about only 10 points for Mendenhall this week. Receivers, Greg Jennings, Malcolm Floyd, both solid receivers. Malcolm Floyd is looking to get all those touchdown passes that Rivers throws. Unfortunately, he's not the #1 target in the red zone. We all know that it's Gates, and Wembley's going to hope that it continues so he can get free points from Rivers and not have to give them back up to Malcolm Floyd. But those 40, 50-yard passes that Rivers gets, a lot of times they go to Floyd. So we'll see how that works out. That will be an interesting point swap. Greg Jennings, Green Bay against Miami's defense. Miami's defense really strong. Greg Jennings has a quarterback that was just concussed last week. We'll see how he does. He's been definitely having a really, really disappointing year this year. We'll see how he does this week. Tight ends, Vernon Davis, Jason Witten. Vernon Davis came off a big game last week going against an Oakland defense. I don't see anything changing. I'm actually going to say 15 points for Vernon Davis this week. And for Jason Witten, against the Minnesota defense, Minnesota doesn't give up that many points to a tight end, as Justin Keller found out last week. So actually I think Jason Witten is going to fall down there. Dallas this year is doing a lot of quick screens to receivers, a lot of quick plays to receivers, and Witten's not seeing the points that he usually does, as he's only averaging, I think he's averaging under 7 points a game this week. Actually, I think he's going to be right around his average at 6 or 7 points this week as well. Fantasy stud, I'm actually going to go with Frank Gore this week against an Oakland defense. I see him putting up around 20, 25, oh maybe 30 points if not above. And you know San Francisco's not going to lay off the gas if they're up by that much just because they're 0-5. Fantasy dud this week, I actually have to go with Bajar's Green Ellis. Going against the Baltimore defense. New England doesn't like to run, and they're not going to like to run even more against Baltimore's defense. So that's those. Prediction. Not trying to be favoritism, but you know Wembley's going to win this matchup, and I think it's not even going to be close. Wembley's going to top over 110 points. House of Pain's not going to grab 80. Or, I'm sorry, you're going to grab 80. You're not going to grab 90. About 82 to 119. It's a big difference. Big. That's, 37 points. So 37 points, Wembley. Sorry, House of Pain, 0-3. What? Oh yeah, 0-3. 1, 2, 4, 3. Yeah. Against the Schumacher brothers. Better luck next time.